Alright, hello everybody. I trying to work out angles. I think that's a little bit better. 3 trips to the thrift stores, 2 different stores. Yeah, I'll just get into it. I guess I'll start with the craft related products. So I have everything stacked on my desk in front of me, and there's a lot. There's a lot going on here. So, in Urbana, Illinois, and I'm kind of like identifying my location a little bit here, but Urbana, Illinois, there is a really cool store called the Idea Store, and it is used craft supplies. That is the whole store. And there's like, if you've ever seen online, I've never seen one in person, but if you've ever seen online, in some major cities there are like trash stores, like reselling literal trash for DIY purposes. The Idea Store has a little bit of that. Like, they have bins of bottle caps and old like food tins, you know, like these things. Side note, these wafer rolls from Aldi, the hazelnut ones, I'm a fiend for those. I will like eat 6 of them at once. It's pretty bad. Anyway, so used craft supplies. I had a specific purpose in mind to go there, and as like I show the item, I'll explain what that was. So I got some stamps. Right now they're running a promotion through the end of the year, buy one get one free, but I honestly didn't find a lot that I liked. I got this one that's these really nice curlicues. I like to draw things like this, but I'm bad at drawing them, so I thought it'd be good to have just a little stamp. 25 cents for that. I think that was the free stamp because I got 3 stamps, and this one was 75 cents. It's a birthday cake. I thought this was nice and neutral. It's not, some birthday cake designs I see are like really frilly or just like they're too busy, but I like the like asymmetrical nature of this and the like little geometric patterns. You can't really tell. That's a better angle. There you go. It's a Stampin' Up stamp. I have no idea how old it is because it doesn't have a year. But, and then the last stamp I got is one of the clear stamps. It's a Stampology stamp, and it says Homemade Memories. It's a nice little sketched out pie there. That was 50 cents. Then I got this, and this is, I thought this was kind of funny. At least it was funny to me when I was shopping. This is an actual like craft supply container. A lot of the containers they're selling are like old, like I said, old food containers, and like, you know, just containers that you get when you buy things like watches or whatever. So I appreciate that this is an actual craft storage container that was sold at Hobby Lobby for $2.49. This was $1. It's got a bunch of these little compartments to store little things. I don't have a current use for it because I don't make bracelets or jewelry or anything like that, so I don't have really tiny stuff that I need to put in here, but I like the color. It's a very pretty purple with glitter detail, and I figure I'll use it at some point because I am a crafty person. Then I got some stickers. Got these gemstones. This was $1. Let me actually take this one out of the packaging. So this is Recollections brand, which is Michael's craft store, and so they have years on the backs of their stuff. So this one is actually from 2011, which is pretty fun. I thought the logo seemed a bit older, but yeah, I liked the different shapes. It looks like the background of this, it looks kind of like crinkled, like foil almost. So I thought that was really cool. And you know, they're square shaped, and these ones are teardrop shaped, which is different from the usual types of gemstones that you find everywhere in sticker form, the circle gemstones. And on a similar note, I also got, no, it's here we are. I got this pack of gemstones that was also $1. It was originally Hobby Lobby in 2012, apparently, for $1.99. Try to find something to put behind it. There we go. These graduation themed gemstones. So I did not have this in mind at all when I bought it, because I keep forgetting this is happening, honestly. But my brother, so I have 2 younger brothers. My brother that's closest to me in age is actually graduating with his master's degree in 2025. So, I mean, I could use these for that. I could use it for scrapbooking, because like I could scrapbook my own college graduation. I could scrapbook his undergraduate graduation, his master's graduation, my best friend's graduation, because my best friend and I graduated in different years. Anyway, those were nice and versatile. Then I got these border stickers for 75 cents. This also looks old. It says Hambly Studios. It doesn't have a year on it though. Very fun leaf and acorn pattern there. Last sticker sheet was 50 cents, and this is Paper House Studios. 2 sheets of these happy birthday cake stickers. Honestly, I think these cakes look so garish, but like I think like they're so ugly that they're cool, I guess, in my mind. So that's that. I got a bunch of like these little fabric pouches. These were 25 cents each. And this one used to hold some sort of Fossil brand item. This looks like a sunglasses case or like a glasses case to me. I have no idea what it originally held. Just thought it was cute. And I could use it when I'm traveling to put like jewelry in, or to put my actual glasses in, whatnot. Or maybe I could use it to like regift something. It's a really nice, soft, like a microfiber material. So I figured I would get some sort of use out of that. It's a cute little holder for just 25 cents. Then nothing too special. I got 2 mesh bags, 25 cents each. There are a ton of these mesh bags in the bin, because all this stuff is donated. It's a nonprofit, the Idea Store. So like I get mesh bags, especially when I buy jewelry. I get mesh bags all the time, but I liked these ones because they're larger than the ones I normally get, and they have these like rope cords instead of the ribbon. So I feel like this is a bit sturdier, and I do put my jewelry in bags like this when I'm traveling and whatnot. This, I have no idea what it is, but it looks like a mug, and it's got this flap to presumably put like, I don't know, hand sanitizer, lip balm, change in it. But this brand I could not find online, and that is not a word. That is just or at least I can tell. It doesn't look like a word to me. It just looks like a design. But I just thought it was cute. No idea what to do with it. Like, it doesn't have a keychain ring or anything, so who knows. This, I don't know what I'm going to use it for exactly, but it was 25 cents. So it's SanDisk branded, which is like an SD card brand, and like they sell flash drives and stuff like that. And so it has 2 little plastic compartments inside, presumably to store SD cards in. My brother, the same one that's graduating next year, is a photographer. Like he has like a professional camera, like a DSLR camera. So I could give this to him. I don't know like that he really needs SD card storage, but it does have like a little keychain, key ring on there. So, or I could use it to store random bits and bobs. I could use it to store earrings, honestly. On that note, I got this teeny tiny, not a mesh bag. It's actually kind of like one of those satiny material bags. So cute. No idea what to do with this. This would definitely be nice for gift giving. It's just like compared to the size of my hand. There you go. This one's actually a cloth bag instead of a mesh, so I thought that was nice. And lastly, this one's a really nice size black mesh bag. It has this White House Black Market ribbon, which is a clothing brand that I have some clothes from. I think their clothes are pretty nice quality. It's kind of a more expensive brand. Okay. And then the last item, no, wait, there are 3 more things. The last item is the item I have a story for. Got these, and they didn't have prices on them, so their notepads are bulk items, so they're $2 a pound. And I think because these didn't have like actual like price tags on them, that these were part of that bulk item. And I think that's how I was charged when I looked at my receipt. It looked like the receipt just says like, it has like everything all itemized, because like there's no barcodes for the cashiers to scan or anything like that. I manually input everything, and so it doesn't have like the name of each item on my receipt. This one doesn't have a barcode on it, but this one does. And I mean, you can, the brand name's even printed on the bottom, which you can't read, but it says 300 refill sheets for compact Circa, and the brand is Levenger. And I am a big disc bound notebook fan, which is like a highly specific thing to be a fan of. So if you've ever heard of, say, the Happy Planner, for example, that is a disc bound system. So instead of having a binder, which is a ring bound system, you have these literally these discs along the side, and you can just pull your papers on and off. That's why the holes are punched into it have these notches in them. And I currently don't use disc bound notebooks or any notebooks at all, because at work I don't write down that many things, and if I do, I just use like a regular spiral notebook, because like that's what they gave to me. But for a while, like in college especially, I was using a disc bound notebook for all my notes, and that's like super convenient because you can move the stuff around, and like you can also move the stuff around in a binder, but I just like discs better than binders. Anyway, long story short, this was a really exciting find because I knew that Levenger is an expensive brand. I think it's like the highest tier brand in terms of like quality and price for disc bound systems. And when I got home and looked these products up, they are selling for these exact same packs are selling for $31.50 each. So that is $63 of paper that I am holding in my hands and got for $4. Now, am I going to use these right now? No. Like, it might be years before I use these. Because I'm not using like 600 sheets of paper in a year. But awesome deal. I will use them eventually. It's just when is the problem. Oh wait, there's another item that I almost forgot about. This was also one of their random plastic items that they have. I have no idea what this originally was. It kind of looks like a cup. It might have been originally a cup, but it's kind of like squared instead of circular. This was 25 cents. I got this to use as a paint cup because I just didn't have one. Historically, like I just grab something out of my recycling bin whenever I'm painting. When I'm watercolor painting specifically. So by paint cup, I mean like a water cup for when I'm painting. But I actually didn't have any cans on hand the last time I painted, and I was like, I should buy something that's specifically to hold the water when I paint. So this is that. And the last item was what I specifically went into the store to go get. Well, not this item in particular, but I wanted something like this. This was $6, which is pricier than I wanted to pay because it originally sold for $10. So that's only 40% off. And like I said, everything is donated to the store, so I'm like, if it's more than 50% of the retail value, like I kind of don't want to pay that, but I had a need for this. It is a pack of 50 white cards that are 5 by 6.5 inches, and it comes with the envelopes, and this was originally sold at Hobby Lobby. It's a Paper Studio brand. I think it's unused, like it is ripped in places, but it doesn't look like it was completely opened ever at any point. Like the rips are small enough that like you can't take anything out of the package. And so I got these because I work at a college. I've kind of talked about this a little bit in my previous videos, and I work with graduate students. I work in the chemistry department because that's what my degree is in, chemistry. And I don't want to like give too much away about my job, but I mean, honestly, like it's public knowledge because I like work for a university. Like everything about my job is public knowledge. Because taxpayer dollars fund my paycheck and everything like that. So like if you like anyone really wanted to, like you could go find out exactly what my job is and like exactly how much money I make and all that stuff. But I work with the teaching assistants that teach the chemistry labs, and there are 22 of them that I work with every semester. And the number changes slightly depending on enrollment, but I remember what it was like being a TA because I was a TA for over 3 years when I was in college, and I know graduate school is super hard. I don't know if I've really talked about it on this channel because like there's no reason for me to have talked about it, especially because I didn't really film during that period of my life. I didn't put any videos out. I actually went to graduate school and then I quit because I got super burnt out. So I know exactly what it's like to be in that position, especially like not this is not to knock anybody else's graduate program. I just literally don't know how like what it's like to be in other graduate programs, but especially in the sciences like chemistry where you have to physically be in a lab all the time, and like it's a very toxic environment of like dog eat dog world. I mean, like so are a lot of fields, right? And you don't have to be in graduate school to be in a dog eat dog world, but all this to say is I want to give them thank you cards at the end of the year, but I'm not going to like write any messages in them. I'm going to actually pass them around to their students and have the students write thank you messages. That will be the star of the show, to show them that their efforts are appreciated, because even though some of the TAs are admittedly worse than others, like some of them are not good at teaching. I'm just gonna like flat out, this is just gonna be my raw, honest opinion there. I'm not gonna go into detail. Some of them just are like, because teaching is a skill, right? And some people have more innate skill than others, and some people have like worked on it more than others. Like at least one of the TAs I talked to like had TA'd when they were in undergrad, so like they didn't just like show up in graduate school like TAing for the first time. You know, they have some previous experience. But none of them is a bad person. So, like, I'm sure their students have some sort of appreciation for them. Or if they don't, the card's gonna be blank. But that's not my problem. So, like I said, 22 TAs, and there are 50 cards, so that will work out perfectly. And I also have employees that work under me, just student employees. Just the nature of my position, like I am in a higher level position, but I don't have like full-time employees that work under me, just because like the weird nature of what my position is. So I will also give thank you cards out to my student employees, because I don't know what they get paid, but I'm sure it's not enough for all the work that they help me do. Like I would be working 12-hour days. Literally, I have worked 12-hour days before at my job, and I've only been here for 4 months. I would be working 12-hour days if I didn't have their help. So they are super, super valuable. It is a thankless job all around. It's thankless for me. It's thankless for the TAs. It's thankless for my undergrad student employees. But I want to give them thanks. Anyway, that's my long story for that. And I did actually have a 10% off coupon. So 10% off everything that you saw. All right. The next store I went to is called Twice as Nice. And it is a church-run thrift store. Is my favorite thrift store in the Champaign-Urbana area. I showed some stuff from there before. Went 2 different trips, and this is all the collection of the stuff that I got from those 2 trips. I also like did buy some used books from like every library that I have ever had in my local town has always had a community book sale where like books are donated from the community or then sold, and the money is like then used to help fund the library. And so my local library had one of those, and I bought several books, but I don't show books that I buy not because they're like inappropriate or anything like that, because they're boring. I'm a weirdo, and I love buying textbooks and scholarly texts in general, especially like political science, chemistry, and math texts. Also a little bit of psychology and sociology. And because those are not popular reading, those are usually still available. Like I can go any time of day. Like I go like towards the end of the sale, I can go on the 50% off day, and like those books are still there. So like it's good for me as a collector. I mean, I do read them eventually, but as a collector of academic books, I don't have to fight anybody for them. But I already put them away. Like I don't even have them right here to show. They're literally on my bookshelf right now. But just to give you the title of one of the books I bought was John Stewart. It was a Cambridge text collection of some of John Stuart Mill's works, particularly on liberty, and then 2 of his other works, and I can't remember the names of right now. Yeah. J.S. Mill's On Liberty. This is a book I bought. I will show one of the books that I bought, not from the library, but from the thrift store, because that's actually a leisure book that you might be interested in seeing. But Anyway, let me get around to actually showing things. So I got 3 clothing items. T-shirts are $1. This is just a fun t-shirt. Lighting is bad because I'm filming after sunset. But it's this nice maroon color, and it's got this really cool, just abstract bunch of random shapes on it. Not shapes, but symbols. Like there's like what looks like it's a pine tree, but it's like upside down. You can't tell because it's black. And like this like crowfoot looking thing. These double lines. It says graphics by Montes Galbany, and this is brand Decathlon. I just am excited whenever I find stuff in my size because I wear a size extra small, and like I'm just petite in general. Like I say I'm 5'4" because I was 5'4" at one point, probably with my shoes on, when I was a teenager. But I measure like 5'3.5" these days. So like I say my body type is stick because there's just nothing there. There's no shape in like I'm very narrow. Now this is not like a brag. Like it makes it very hard to find clothes that like actually look right because most stuff just looks very baggy on me. So yeah, I'm always excited when I find stuff that like actually looks fine. Then I got this pair of sweatpants by this brand, Max. I don't know. I don't think it's a special brand or anything like that. But this was $3. It has the like athletic like stripe down the side. It's green. Most of my sweatpants are gray or blue. Like almost all of them are. So I thought, just a nice pop of color to kind of elevate, not really, that's not quite the right word, but to add a bit of visual interest, other than just wearing gray and black sweatpants all the time. I do actually, for work, I primarily wear jeans, which the next item is a pair of Levi jeans. Because I do work in a chemistry laboratory, for safety reasons, you can't wear leggings, because then, like, if you spill chemicals, it would just, like, it's basically like there's nothing there. Like, the leggings are right up against your skin. The acid would eat immediately through the pants and into your leg. I have spilled acid on myself before, like, in school, and I guess apparently at work, because there were holes in my lab coat, which only theoretically I could have spilled base. But I'm pretty sure it's acid. I like wearing jeans fine enough. Like, sometimes I get, like, kind of like a weird aversion to them because of the sensation, but because I have been wearing jeans regularly at my workplaces for over 2 years now, like, I've just gotten used to them at this point. But they remind me of work. So I will look at a pair of jeans and be like, ugh, work. And so, like, it's so strange. But I try to just wear sweatpants in my, like, casual life if I'm, like, not wearing, like, a dress or skirt. Because just looking at my jeans makes me think of work. That is not related, really, to anything that I'm showing you. It's not related to my thrift haul, but that storytelling is part of the experience here. Anyway, this is a high-waisted mom jean, is what they're calling it. And again, very happy that something actually fit me. And, like, I joked that, like, my body type is stick, but while I have a narrow upper body, my lower body is, like, actually, like, kind of normal sized. So sometimes, like, stuff that will fit me on the waist will be way too tight on my thighs, and stuff that fits me on my thighs is, like, way too loose on my waist. Like, 2 to 3 inches too loose around my waist. So this is actually loose on my waist, but it fits my legs nicely, so I don't mind too much. I'll wear a belt with it just fine. And I like that it's high-waisted, because I have some cropped shirts, and I think cropped stuff can look really flattering on some people. It probably looks just fine on me. I just don't like the feeling of having, like, my midriff exposed. Maybe if it's 95 degrees outside, I would be totally fine with having my midriff exposed, but, like, I get cold real easily. But I'd like to buy some cropped stuff because I'm shorter. I'd like to give that illusion of like having longer legs or whatever. It's not even honestly like the longer legs part. I just don't like that most shirts go like 2 inches past my hips on me because of my short torso. So I like buying things that are labeled as cropped because then some of those things actually hit me where they're supposed to, or at least how I like them to, which is just like right around my hips. But some stuff is like really cropped, and so like that stuff hits above my belly button, and then I wear high-waisted jeans. There you go. Let's keep it moving. Let's show. There's nothing too exciting here. I got some ribbon. Oh wait, one of my ribbons is still in the bag. Let me grab it. I think it's in this bag. Yeah. It's a very tiny ribbon, so almost forgot about it. Ribbons were 25 cents each, and when I was digging through the ribbon bin, I was like, I think these ribbons are like from, I don't know, like the 60s, because none of these are good examples, but some of the ribbons said things like 39 cents. When was ribbon 39 cents? I genuinely don't know. But it was a very, very long time ago. And I was like, I think the person who owned this ribbon died. I was like, I think these are dead people ribbons, which is very morbid. Okay, that's my sense of humor. Apologize if you find that offensive. But anyway, my ribbon. Yeah, I don't have any examples of it. Like, this looks quite old, but it was not 35 cents. It sold for $3.99, which is actually like still like a pretty reasonable price for ribbon to sell for these days. But just look at that. And these ribbons were made in the USA, so you know that's old, which is sad. Automatically, like it was made in the USA, it's probably quite old. So this was originally, I don't know how much is still left, but this was originally 30 feet of craft ribbon, 1 7/16 inches wide, Deco Craft out of Secaucus, New Jersey. And it is this nice red and blue plaid. I mean, I think Christmassy when I see it, but because it's blue, it's very pretty, like jewel tone blue. It can also just be used year round. I have no idea what I'm going to use this for, but there is quite a bit of ribbon still left on this. I can't like get a good look at how much ribbon is left on it, but my main hobby is paper crafting and like card making, so it's probably gonna go on like paper because I can't sew. I never learned how to sew, so not fabric type crafts for that. This Berwick decorative ribbon, Berwick, Pennsylvania, made in the USA. Really pretty iridescent, kind of mermaid scale, purpley blue sheen to that. Apparently it was originally $1.99 wherever it was sold, and it was on sale on clearance for 49 cents at Jewel Osco. This was made by Lion Ribbon Company, which is a subsidiary of Offray, and this was made in Taiwan. So I have no idea how old this was. And I don't know what the price was because it doesn't say, but it's 3-inch ribbon, very festive. It's got like this checkered pattern and it's all gold. So there's quite a bit on here. Yeah, this one I can actually pull and kind of take a look. There's a ton. Not the full. Wait, does this actually say how much yardage is on this? It doesn't. It looks like several feet. of ribbon. So I might use this. I've talked about, actually, I don't think, I haven't uploaded this video yet, but it will have been uploaded by the time I upload this video. My gosh, I've been talking for so long, but I have lots of stories to tell. I mentioned that I wasn't going to do too much for Christmas, but I think I could just hang this up around the house, like hang it on the staircase banister and everything like that, and that would be a cool use for this. And just 25 cents for this, so that's an awesome deal. Last ribbon I got is modern ribbon. This I have definitely seen like at Walmart, Michael's, places like that. It is 3 feet of off-ray ribbon, and it's self-adhesive, so that's interesting. I don't know what, like, not that it matters, but like there's a name. This ribbon has a particular name on it, but it's covered up by the price tag. And it's this dark, like wine red, kind of purpley ribbon, and it is 3/8 of an inch, and it just says "I love you." You can't see that at all, but I thought that was super cute for paper crafting purposes. And yeah, next, there's still several more items to go, but they're gonna get more random as this goes on. I got this wood carved apple for $1. I just thought this was super neat. Like, it looks like someone's eaten it. I don't know, like someone must have put a lot of effort into it. Like, that is just cool. I don't know where I'm putting this, but I just had to have that. This piece of like handmade Americana. As a side note, this was kind of like being sold and displayed near the Thanksgiving items. I heard the volunteers talking about how Thanksgiving, at least this year, Thanksgiving items have sold really poorly, and it made me reflect. I don't decorate for Thanksgiving. I decorate for Halloween, and I decorate for fall in general, and then I decorate for Christmas, but I don't really decorate for Thanksgiving. I mean, that might change in the future, but in my case, it's because I don't have fond memories of Thanksgiving. It's always been a stressful event growing up. And I'm personally not even doing anything for Thanksgiving because my family doesn't even celebrate it. It's an extended family that celebrates it. I don't have anything against celebrating it. Like last year, I went to a friend's house for Thanksgiving. And the year before that. And the year before that. But right now, I live out of state for my friends. So I am like celebrating Thanksgiving. I'm like eating Thanksgiving foods and whatnot, but I'm not going anywhere. Because I started to make Thanksgiving travel plans, and then I got so stressed out that I started having trouble sleeping, and I was sleeping like half the hours I needed to sleep, and I realized that like that is not something I need in my life. So I am going to avoid the stressor, folks, and have peace by myself. Now, I would definitely spend Thanksgiving with my friends if it worked out, but it just didn't work out this year. Anyway, got this brooch for $3. I don't really wear these all that often, but sometimes I have fancy dresses that I want to just put a brooch on, because like, why not add a little extra embellishment? That's something that people don't really do as much these days, but I want to bring that back. I just really like the two different patterns, I guess. Like, there's this one smooth circle intertwined with this like rope braided looking circle, and then it has it reminds me of wedding rings. Honestly, that's what it looks like to me in a sense, because this one has a little faux pearl on it. And then there's 2 more items, and then everything after that is CDs, which I will explain, but you can, after I show these next 2 items, you might want to like click out if you're not interested in that. I got this like nice little piece of decor. I guess wall decor is how I would use it. But I got this as a gift. It's this very pretty ceramic cross. It says Faith that's etched into it. And it says, from the studio of Sandra. I'm not sure if that's a Q or a G. Like, my gut says that's a Q, but the handwriting makes it look like a G. Sandra Magsaysay. Magsamen, Magsamen. It's $2. I don't think I'm gonna give this as a gift at Christmas because I already have all the gifts for people. Well, I don't have all the gifts for everybody, but the person I'm thinking about giving this to, like, I already have a bunch of Christmas gifts for because it's my best friend. So I might save this for her birthday. Okay, and then one last item before the CDs is the leisure book. This is Love and Saffron. And I had not heard of this before, but when I looked this up online, the average Goodreads rating is over 4 stars. This retailed for $24. It came out in 2022. Mm-hmm. And the reviews were just so rave for it. And it's a fairly short book. It's under 200 pages. And let me just read one of the reviews from the back of the book. It says, part historical fiction, part friendship saga, and part carnival for the senses. Love and Saffron isn't just for food lovers. It's an ode to risk takers, trailblazers, and the chefs in all of us. That was reviewed by J. Ryan Stradall, author of Kitchens of the Great Midwest. So it's about 2 people that become friends in pen pals. And a lot of the book is written in letter format. So I thought that was super cool and a great, like, a lot of the reviews I saw written online for this were that it was a great feel-good read, and sometimes we just really need that in these times. So that was $1. All hardcover books are $1. Paperback books are 50 cents. And it's a pretty recent release since it's only 2 years old. So I was a little bit surprised to see that because, I mean, it's a church-run thrift store. A lot of the books are, like, not, like, super old, but, like, just, like, 10 years plus. So I was excited to find something that was kind of more recent. And then lastly, CDs were on sale. Like, they're on a bargain deal for 25 cents each. They're normally $1. And, like, this is the second week in a row, or maybe the third week, that they've had these CDs on clearance. Yeah, I should have picked some up the last time. I was like, no, I don't want to mess with those. I don't have a CD player. My laptop doesn't even have a CD DVD tray. Like, that's because it's a modern laptop, you know. I have nothing. I don't have a CD player. I don't have a DVD player. I have nothing in my house that can read discs. I just don't. I don't need it. Like, I have streaming, Spotify, and I don't buy records, so I don't have a record player. But I have been watching videos of people who do some flipping, some reselling, you know. Not that's not their primary content on the channel, because I would find that a little bit boring and, like, kind of, like, upsetting, honestly, because, like, I do understand that people have to make a living, but seeing, like, people get, like, all the good deals and then reselling them would upset me, just because I know myself. But these people are actually, so, like, I'm talking around it. I watch video game collecting channels on YouTube, and part of what they do is, like, in order to fund their collections, they also, like, go out and buy extra video games they don't need to resell, to use that money to pay for their collection, or they buy, you know, other stuff like DVDs and whatnot. None of them buy CDs, at least let their videos show, but I was like, for 25 cents, let me just, like, look up these CDs and see if they're worth any money. These are not really worth anything. And honestly, I don't really have the energy to do this right now, but I think the value will hold for, you know, a while. Like, I think they'll still be worth the same amount, like, a year from now. So, like, maybe when work is slower, I will get into listing these on eBay, because I have sold stuff online before. I have sold on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, and it's a lot of work. So, you know, there were some things that, like, yeah, because the CD, I'm purchasing it for 25 cents and it sells for $5 on eBay. There were a lot of things that were profitable technically, but when you think about all the time that goes into taking good photos, making good listings that are descriptive, actually packaging and shipping the item, and then eBay's fees, like, I'm making like $1, maybe 50 cents from the sale, and that's not worth it. to make a 25-cent profit. But these ones sold for like closer to like $8 and $10 each on eBay. The problem is, you're like, Amanda, wait, how did you get that math? A lot of the listings for these were free shipping, and so like the shipping costs like $4 or $5, so that eats into the profits as well. But like when I'm bored, I might just like want to sell these. Plus, like maybe someone out there is really looking for Bo Dermot's Brave CD, and they can't find it, and I am the person to deliver it to them. It was actually kind of hard, just a little bit hard. Like it took me just like an extra 30 seconds of digging. Kind of hard to find this for sale online. This came out like not super long ago. It came out in 2017. And what's cool about this and what caught my eye was that it was still completely sealed. It's not like I'm some music connoisseur. I just kind of like looked at stuff that caught my eye, like that seemed uncommon. Now the problem with some uncommon things is it might be like somebody's garage band CD, and that's not worth anything, and that's why like I don't recognize the name. But unusual stuff tends to go for a bit more money. Apparently she was on Britain's Got Talent, and this is her debut album. I have never heard of her, but this CD is going for like $9, free shipping. So like I'm gonna get like $2 profit, but it is profit because I paid 25 cents for it. So I would have like bought CDs. Like if I found any artists that I liked, I would have just bought them to display them, but there weren't any that I liked. So I was so sad because I saw a Shrek soundtrack CD, and I was gonna get that as a like gag gift for my brother, but when I opened the case, the CD was missing. Unfortunate, because Shrek is just such a cultural touchstone movie for people that I think are between like the ages of like, this is like a super rough estimate, but basically anyone Gen Z and millennial, yeah. And Gen Z's not that young anymore. I'm Gen Z, and I'm a fully grown adult with like bills to pay. Because if you don't pay your own bills, I'm hesitant to call you a fully grown adult. No offense. Yeah, Gen Z. Oh, well, Gen Z technically ended in like 2012 or something like that. So there are like 12-year-olds that are Gen Z. But I think anyone like 18 and up, between like 18 and like 36 or something, like Shrek is iconic. Anyway, this video is so long. I'm gonna keep moving. I got the Essential Kansas. So here's a tip, like in case you've never like gotten any information about the reseller world. If you know anything about reselling stuff, especially media, this is gonna be like old news to you. But you can scan things using the eBay app if you have the eBay app, and then it'll show you like listings of that product, and then you can go into the settings and choose only show sold listings. This was surprisingly going for like $20 for some reason. I might be misremembering, but like this was a surprisingly expensive CD. Now, of course, you get the best value if it's completely brand new and sealed, which this is not, but I made sure to check every CD that I purchased. This is a 2-pack, which I think adds to the value. I think more people also just going, I've seen from, at least according to YouTube, videos that I've seen, and like some digging around that I've done on the internet, looking at social media and eBay sales. People are going back into, like, there's a resurgence of buying CDs and DVDs because people are tired of paying for streaming services, which is very valid. So, yeah. The Essential Kansas. I didn't get any CDs as gifts because, like I said, like, I kind of alluded to this with the Shrek CD. I just didn't find anything that people in my life would actually like. And, like, my dad's a huge music person, but he already owns hundreds of CDs. So, like, anything that I got him that I would think he would like, he probably already owns. I got this Helen Reddy Live in London. This isn't really that expensive. It only goes for like $7-8. But I think this is this CD came out in 2002. I think this is a more uncommon CD. So, like, I just thought it was fun to get. That's what it looks like on the inside. Maybe someone's really looking for this, and when I sell it, when I list it on eBay, they'll be like, thank goodness, finally, I've been looking for that CD. These sell decent. They sell for about $10. All of these prices I'm quoting are sold for with free shipping. So subtract like automatically $5 from the profit margin there. But I just thought, like, hey, this sounds kind of obscure. Maybe this will sell well. And like from the packaging, like this is a German. This was produced in Germany originally. It's ECM Records GmbH, and GmbH is the German equivalent of like saying I know GmbH is like it's a shorthand for German word for like incorporated or whatever. You know, if you've got like record company incorporated, GmbH is like the German equivalent of that. Do not quote me on that. It's just what I've noticed. So I've been able to guess from looking at products that are produced from Germany. But it's this Tord Gustafsson. Oh, you can see my reflection. It's Inception there. This one is Tord Gustafsson. I know I'm pronouncing that terribly. Quartet. This came out in 2014. And this one actually has the cardboard slipcover, so that's really nice. Adds to the value. And then as I kept searching, I kept finding more. There was Tord Gustafsson Trio, which came out in 2004. Oh, so this one's 10 years apart. I guess they became a quartet after being a trio. And then, yeah, this one's another Tord Gustafsson quartet. This one was copyright 2012. And this one also has the cardboard slip cover. So I might try to sell these together as a bundle and see how that goes. And then if they don't sell, I'll put them individually. I think this is at least a good like $25 sale. Now I subtract like all the fees and stuff, but that's one of my better profit margins there. Then I got, this is the first thing I picked up that I was like, okay, you know what, I didn't see this the last time I went, so they must have put out more CDs, and this one's not very profitable. I just thought it was weird, because I mentioned earlier that I like to watch videos of people who collect video games, and by video games, specifically retro video games. So retro is kind of like anything older than 20 years at this point. And like this is before my time. This came out in 1996, which is before I was born. You know, sorry to like make anybody feel old there, but I'm in my mid-20s, so like do the math. This is Robert E. Lee's Civil War General. So realistic, you can smell the gunpowder. Published by Sierra. I'm like, this is just weird. Like, I've never heard of this before. All these discs are in great condition. Every single disc that I looked at, like, none of them had scratches. Now, some of the CDs I had to pass up on because the cover booklet was, like, super water damaged, which is unfortunate because there's some, like, nice soundtrack CDs. I think people are nostalgic for, like, soundtracks of their favorite movies and stuff, so I think those two are decent, according to the very limited knowledge that I have about, like, reselling CDs. And then this one was actually the best deal out of all of them and the best profit that I'm going to make. This is a $4 tag, but like I said, all the CDs were marked down to 25 cents. And I was thinking maybe they'll charge me $1.25 because it is a pack of 5 CDs. But the cashier, well, the volunteer person, sold this to me for a quarter. And it is, I admit, I have no idea who these people are before my time. Okay, but it's The Stranglers, and it's a 5 CD pack. It's got the album Feline, Oral Sculpture, AURAL, as in auditory, not mouth. Dreamtime, All Live, and All of the Night, and the last album is 10. Literally the number 10. These albums came out in 1982, 85, 86, 88, and 90, respectively. And I did check these are really hard to get out because they're just in like little cardboard sleeves. I did check that all 5 CDs were in there and they were in good. Oh my gosh! See, they're stuck. They're kind of hard to pull out. You know, the cardboard slip covers are in good condition, and the CDs themselves are in good condition. This sells for. I was shocked when I saw the sold listings for this. It sells for like $25. Now it is 5 CDs, but heck yeah, I'll make a almost $20 profit on a 25-cent purchase. So yeah, I'm not gonna like go top of the line or anything like that. I'm not gonna like make it the most expensive listing because also like that doesn't make it competitive. That doesn't like inspire anyone to want to like purchase from me if I have the highest price listing out there, right? But I'm gonna definitely go like very middle of the line. Like if I see somebody that sold it for like $15 and someone else that sold it for $25, I'm gonna try to sell it for $20. Kind of dealio there. But yeah, none of these I'm gonna keep because I said earlier I don't have a CD player and I have no idea who any of these people. Well, I know who Kansas is, but I don't listen to Kansas. So I have no idea who any of these people are, and I don't even have a CD player. But yeah, that was $2. And even if I make $0 in profit, I only lost out on $2. Like even if I get like bored or tired and don't feel like selling these, I'm supporting charity for $2. And I can maybe give the Essential Kansas to my dad because I'm sure he has something similar, but why not another one? Okay, that's everything. Favorite items, I do like to try to show that. And this video is still under an hour long. Oh my gosh, it's so long. But it's not an hour yet, which is when like I would definitely call it quits. No matter what I had left to say, I'm gonna cut it off at an hour. Favorites include just like I got such an amazing. This was still, I mean, I guess maybe the best deal was technically on the Stranglers CDs, but in my mind, this was like the big score. $63 worth of paper for $4. And the high-rise jeans are another favorite because it's Levi jeans for $4. Now, like it's not like a dirt cheap deal or anything like that, but these are really nice quality. Still, not quality, condition. These look very gently used, and I don't have anything that's like this in my wardrobe. I don't have any mom jeans, let alone high-waisted. And Levi jeans are $4. That's not bad at all. And then I think I'll just pick one more. I have to reach onto the floor. That's why you're seeing this weird ankle here. One last favorite item has to be this because I was looking specifically for cardstock, but they didn't have any white cardstock anymore. But they did have note cards, which actually is like more convenient because it's already like scored and it comes with the envelopes. So there's that. All right, thank you for making it all the way through. If you did make it all the way through, like leave a comment as to like what you found most interesting that I picked up. Have you listened to any of those artists that I showed CDs of? Please share your thoughts down below. All right, guys. I don't know exactly when I'm posting this, but it's going to be after Thanksgiving, so I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving holiday. And I will see you again later at some point. Have a good one.